Alright, in this episode, I'm going to be putting together the Skywalker Mini. What I'm going to be doing is just putting it together as a dry run through, making sure everything goes where it goes, where it's supposed to go, or where I think it's supposed to go, and it fits in place. So, no gluing in this episode. I think I will just be doing taping and placement. Might be poking holes. I think I will start by putting the servos in place. A lot of these servo holes are already cut. I think all of them are already cut. So I'm just going to take servos. I'm going to put them into place. This is the rudder servo. It's going to go here where the rudder control arm is. I think I will be putting it this way. Sorry. So this is the rudder servo, and it's going to be going where this rudder control arm is. I'm going to be putting it in this way so that the control is closer towards the tail. I'll show it in there. I think in the final thing I'll either put screws in or maybe I'll just cover it up with CA. That means that this control horn is going to start a little bit farther back, so maybe I will reverse, put this way. Right, so now the control is going to be right. Not sure if you can see it. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a little Z shape right here. And that's going to have to go into the control lever right around here. So we want to make sure that there's enough room for it to go from here and back and forth. Okay. I still might need to slide this down just a little bit because I want this to be neutral, and right now it looks like it's as far in as it'll go, and this will probably be neutral, and I don't want that. Alright, so then I will need the control horn. Then I will need the control horn for the rudder. I'm placing it in with the 3 dots, the horn part going down. Okay. This is going to go into here. And like I thought, so this is as far as I can get here, and this is in the servo, and here it would be in neutral position. So I'm going to need to move this whole thing down here a little bit, just a little bit. When I'm building, I'm going to have to cut this surface here so that this can flap freely. But I won't do that now. Things look like it's placed here, so more or less correctly. Actually, let's slide this down a little bit further right now. That's plenty. Actually, I think sliding it a little bit farther down towards the end, more is okay, because it's not going to impede the movement. over here. It's only going to impede the movement over here. So if I have this, now I have plenty of travel range on this side. I have from here to travel, which is more than the control lever is going to move. Here, I'm going to have enough on this side, I think, to connect it. If not, I will reverse this and figure that out. But here, I will have this somewhere like that, and that looks like it'll control. These are the wings. There's two servo ports for them, one for each aileron. Alright, so if I connect one of these ports, these servos here, that means forward is going to be pushing it this way, and then back is going to be pushing it that way. When I fly, I'm going to need to make sure that they go in opposite directions. That means one of the servos is going to have to be upside straight, so where you can read the text. The other one's going to have to be upside down, where you can't. Right. That should make it so that the levers are acting in opposite directions. Now if I put the control horns, there's a little square for them right up here on the ailerons. And here I have them pointing out towards the wings, the edge of the wing. So you can see this is from the back view. They point outwards, and that helps align it with the servo. So if we have a servo here, we have tons of room in order to move that back and forth. So these should be plenty of room and in good position. While I'm here, I'm also going to connect the wire. So one of the things that I'm going to have to do is figure out, do the wires make it into the fuselage? Do I need extensions? Where do they go? So I'm going to connect these wires and see how they fit. Hopefully I'll be able to keep them tight like that. Maybe using tape. Oh man. I wish these servo leads were a little bit longer so I could snip that into the pre-cut hole. But, oh well, not to be. So the elevator control is going to be the hard one. So the elevator control is going to be the hard one. Guessing I'm going to put the motor in like this. And I built that extension cable. Make should be plenty long enough. I'm going to have to figure out how to put the control horn onto the control surface for the elevator. So I'm going to take the little lever here. I'm going to kick it out to the side. I'm going to take one of the, so I'm not sure if you saw that, put a control lever, kick it out to the side. This also shows I'm probably going to have to shave off a little bit of the area around the servo because it looks like it's sticking. It's going to stick a little. Anyway, I'm going to put this into place here. So when I put this into place, I'll have an idea of where I want to put the control horn. So I have the push rod, the elevator, and I've already tried this a little bit. Just going to put it here. That looks like it'll align. I'll probably put a little little bend into it. Maybe I'll put it sideways. No, I think this is okay. I'll put an S bend into it. So this looks like it'll fit. So in terms of making a dry run through, let's put some tape on things. Alright, with the servos in place, the next thing we want to do is worry about where the ESC is going to go. The ESC is going to mount, I guess, right in this area here. I'm going to want the cable, the connector, sticking out the back. There's this little port here on the back, and I'm going to use that for the motor to access the ESC. So I'm going to put that here with just the end of the connector sticking out. Okay. This gives me the battery connector. I want that sticking out up front here, so I can easily access it for the battery. I'm putting the battery in and out, so I'm going to mount that back here. Okay, and then it looks like everything's going to be coming in right around here. So I'm going to put my receiver right here. Now, I've seen people try to use the receiver up front here. There's a little hole up front, and you can use your receiver antennas out there, and they kind of stick out and look like cat's whiskers coming out the front there. But I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to have my whiskers coming down the bottom here, coming out, and I'll probably have a couple of plastic tubes or something sticking them out at about a 90-degree angle, coming out the bottom. So I'm going to put my receiver down here. Just to make sure things fit, I'm going to do a little bit of connecting. I don't know what channel's what, so I'm just going to plug things in. To connect this into place. Now in the end, I'm not going to be using tape. I'm going to be using Velcro to stick things in, because I imagine I'm going to be taking things out in and out as I build things and make mistakes and rebuild. So one of the things I was thinking of is the wings. The wings are going to be coming on and off, and I'm not going to want to have to stick my hand in and connect this cable all the time, I don't think. I'm going to want it to stay in place. So I think I'm going to take this wire off and mount my aileron here, and then leave the two cables on the outside to go and match their servos. And then finally is the other half of the fuselage that has the elevators on it. So I'll make that connection. So then we'll start to stick things together. Let's do a little bit of tape so I can handle this. We'll put the push rods into place. Make sure that's down. Here's my other push rod. Actually, these aren't push rods, these are just wing support rods, I don't know. They're thingies. And then we'll put the wings on like that. Alright, then finally, if you look inside here, we have lots of room. We have easy access to our battery connector. And take my battery, connect it in. Maybe put my battery in first, and then connect it in. Not exactly sure how I'm going to put the battery in there. It's a little bit wide to put down flat. Maybe I'll put it down like this. Connect the wire, I'm not sure. The reason I'm concerned about it is that this canopy doesn't really sit flat. So I might have to trim a little bit of this off right there. It's not really doing anything. But other than that, this looks like it'll work. I have some small modifications that I need to do to the body to keep it running correctly. First thing is I probably want to cut holes here, at least a hole, so that these things come out. Let's double check to make sure that the ailerons fit. The aileron control cables, yep, there's plenty of room here, even overlap. If I was thinking about it, I might try to extend or modify the cables. Maybe I will stick them inside here, but things are fitting. So that's my dry run through and what the Skywalker will look like. I think my next video will be the working on the outsides. So I'll probably put on some decals. This is the point where people would probably paint, but I am not artistically inclined, so I will avoid the painting parts and just put on a few decals. Alright, thanks for watching.